If you're the creative type, you are going to love this project. Please welcome Antonio Bellusci, our DIY guy, who is always thinking. And today, we're going to be dealing with concrete. So DIY projects with concrete.
Yes.
I don't even know where you came up with this idea, but I think it's brilliant.
Thank you. You know, I've always been intimidated with concrete because you see it used in the world. You know, they make like big condo buildings and like highways, and I thought, you know, it might be difficult to work with, but it's actually really, really easy.
Okay.
And you can purchase pre-made concrete mixes, and they come in two different types. The one on my left here has a gravel and stones in it and sand, and it creates a more rougher texture. And the one on my right is just sand, and that creates obviously a more smoother texture.
So which one do you want, or does it depend on the project?
Depends on the project. You know, I actually use both of them for all these projects. The key thing is that you really only need to mix water with them, and then you've got your concrete mix ready to go.
So that's what you've done here, right?
Yes. And you know, the key thing about mixing it is it's the consistency that's important. You want it chunky.
Like a chunky soup.
Exactly, exactly. So once you've got that mixed, and you know, for a DIY project, you're looking at making a small batch because it's a little bit more workable.
Right.
And, you know, in about 20 to 30 minutes, it's going to be really stiff. So you want to use small batches.
And you have to work fast then, right?
You do, but you know, it's actually a really quick DIY.
Okay.
You know, you prep all your forms beforehand, and then you just do your pouring.
Okay, we'll take a look at the first project we're going to be doing. So these are tea light holders.
Yes.
And if you just take a look right in there.
They're heavy.
Oh, they are, right?
And
But you can see, isn't that beautiful?
And I made them out of this bottle gift box, and I basically cut it into 3 sections to make 3 separate cups.
Okay.
And I added a little cardboard at the bottom of one of them just to close off the cap. And what you're also going to use is a plastic cup. And one of the things that you're going to be doing when you're making forms, if you're using something like plastic, you're going to want to use a little bit of vegetable oil around it where it's going to come in contact with the cement, because that's going to be easier for it to come apart later on. Right. So I'm just going to put that aside.
That's going to be your tea light hole,
exactly.
Right?
And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the small one. So you're going to take a bit of cement, and you're going to put it in the center, and you're going to give it a good shake. You want it to sort of flatten out. And then when you're doing when you're building your concrete, you know, projects, you want to put a little bit at the bottom. You don't want to really fill it all up, because if you fill it all up and then try to displace it with whatever you
sploosh.
Yeah, and it'll just make a big mess. So you rest it down. I'm going to move this stuff out of the way here, and then you position your cup in the center, and then you're going to take a little bit more concrete, and you're just going to fill in the sides.
Are you putting it, you're not putting the cup all the way down to the bottom though, right?
No, exactly. And then once it's dry, it's going to form something like this, and you can see that the base is probably about 1 inch thick.
That's cool.
And I just spray painted it with some gold paint to make it shine.
Very nice. So there's no limit to the sorts of things you can make with concrete. It just depends on the mold you have.
Yes.
So these are really cute garden ornaments.
Exactly. These are mushrooms, and they're a little tricky to make, but it's pretty easy. You're going to take a bowl like this, and you're going to fill it with concrete, and then you're going to take another little plastic cup, but this time you're going to cut out the bottom, and you're going to insert it on top, and then you're going to fill the cup with concrete, and you're going to end up with something that looks like this.
Right.
And the beauty of this, because you've already pre-oiled the dish, it actually comes apart really easily.
Ooh, cool.
And then you cut away the plastic bit, and you're going to end up with a mushroom that looks like this.
That's awesome.
And you can make it in different sizes.
And do you want to tell us what kind of paint? Like, does it matter what kind of paint you use?
I just use leftover paint.
Yeah, okay. No, that's good.
You know,
that's
you could use exterior paint if you're going to put it in your garden. It's a great way. Now, this is something kind of fun and a little bit more, you know, whimsical. If you want something a little more contemporary, you could do something like this, like a sphere.
Oh, that's nice.
And what I did is I just took an old light globe, and I filled it with cement, and I let it dry, and then I hammered it away. And that's how you end up with something like that.
Okay, so be careful. Use whatever precautions you need when you're hammering glass. Put on your goggles, put on the gloves.
Exactly.
Maybe don't wear a tie and a nice shirt.
Yeah, like I'm today.
Just an idea.
I never did this in a tie, but anyway. This one is just a vase, and I used a plastic jug, a juice jug. Okay. And again, I lined it inside with vegetable oil, so that way it can come apart really easily. Yeah. And then I got another cup, and I lined it all. Actually, I didn't line it with oil because I want it to stick.
All right.
And then I put in the cement on the inside of the jug, and then I put this into the center, and I really filled up the cement as much as I can, and you can see in here that the cement goes right up to the top of the edge of the cup.
Right.
So that way you don't see it, and that way you've created sort of a liner for the vase.
Got it. That is so cool. Look at how beautiful that looks. If you're looking for that industrial look as well, this is the sort of thing that fits in so well. So we, as always, put all of your DIY projects on our website. That is cityline.ca, and you'll see all the instructions there. Thank you so much. It was very creative. Let's go to break. More coming up. Stay with us.